Welcome, everybody. J.R. Fisher here on a bright and sunny. No, that's not true at all. It's not bright and sunny. If you saw out my window here, it is foggy and 48. But welcome, because it's Saturday morning. We're all alive. We've all got opportunities. I want to welcome everybody here. Don't forget, if you're new here, to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Turn it from red to gray and ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every time I go live or if I upload a video. Man, we're got a good session today because it's about blog posts. And oh my gosh, what a boring subject. But it's not really. It's very interesting if you get into it. And you know, that's basically what I have to do. I have to take what is essentially a boring subject, making money. Okay, I mean, everybody's excited about making money, but the actual act of doing it can be kind of boring, right? But I have to take that subject matter every day, every time I do a video, every time I talk to you guys, and try to make it a little bit interesting, okay? And it does pay off, and that's what motivates me. Is I have people who watch these videos and they get results and they get money coming in and they quit their jobs and they're happier and they have a more fulfilled life, and that's why I do it. So this channel is y'all's channel. You own it. So any comments you want to put, please put them in the chat section right now. Let me know who you are, where you're from, what's going on in your neck of the woods. I want to see what's happening with you guys. Okay, I want to talk to you guys. I really appreciate it. I've been getting tons of comments on the channel, and I thank you so much for that. And here's the cool thing. I went and checked my statistics this morning. And you have two things. You have an RPM and a CPM. A CPM is what YouTube is charging people to run ad on your channel. And CPM is based on per thousand views. Okay. A good CPM is like $8 to $12, $8 to $12. This morning, my CPM was $55 and some change. I was like, oh my God, that's craziness. Now, that's the CPM. Then you have an RPM, which is your share of that money. Okay. How much they're going to pay the creator on YouTube. And guys, if you ever wanted to make some money, start a YouTube channel. It's going to take you years to build it up. I'll be real honest with you. But after you've built it up, you have money coming in every single month. My RPM, which should be $1 to $5 per thousand, $1 to $5 is what you're looking for. This morning was $33 and some change. $33 and some change. I was like, whoa, that is amazing. And it's all because of you guys, because they consider you a valuable audience. That's why they are charging so much, because you guys have value. You guys are the type of people that will spend money on things, that have money. So gosh, if you're thinking about, today is a blog thing. And if you're thinking about doing that, my gosh, you could make so much money, guys. And I want to walk you through all the steps of it. And show you what you can do. Okay. It's not that hard to do. And I was looking over a few quotes I saw this morning. This particular one is from Ernest Hemingway. He said, "There is nothing to writing. All you do is sit down at a typewriter and bleed." So, back then he used a typewriter, but basically it's very hard to do. And I want to make it a little bit easier today. When I talk about blogging today and making it interesting, I want to make it easier for you guys. And Maya Angelou, she said that there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. So, those are a couple quotes to get us started with people who have done some pretty darn good writing, some stuff that, people admire quite a bit. So I want to go through a whole bunch of different steps. And I think it's going to make it a whole lot easier for you than it has been in the past. Okay. If you just do that. Now, no matter what your subject matter is, you can find an interesting topic. So my first thing is, try to create an interesting topic. If you can do that, the blogging becomes much easier. Okay. Try to find an interesting topic. And, even if your topic is relevant and one that people actually want to read about, if you're passionate about it, but no one else is, then your enthusiasm won't make up for the lack of general interest in your topic. So it's got to be something that other people are interested in. Okay. And you can use tools. As a matter of fact, let me put some of those in there. You've got Keyword Magic Tool by SEM Rush. And let me just stick that in there. All right, this is a really good tool. Keyword Magic Tool by SEM Rush. All right, use that one. And then I've got a couple others that I wanted to give to you guys that I think are amazing. The Google Search Console. I mean, come on, it doesn't get any better than that, right? I mean, these guys wrote the book on this stuff. So use the Google Search Console. And that is not typing the way I want. Let me get up here. All right. Got it. All right. So you guys will have that one. That's another good one. Now, these are really great ones, guys, if you're trying to figure out these topics and all this stuff. So please write them down. Come back and look at them later. I've got the Hrefs Explorer. Let me get this one here. Maybe I can just copy and paste this. It may be easier than speaking it into the microphone, because the microphone's picking up everything here. Sometimes it picks up stuff that I didn't say. I didn't say that. Okay. There we go. Hrefs. That's another great one. What else can I give you? Oh my gosh. I use this one almost every day. I just used it. I was doing a video for my cooking channel. And if you guys don't know about my cooking channel, check it out. It's Restaurant Quality Recipes. You can go there and get some good recipes. I have one going up today, I believe it is. And I have another one coming out next week. So those will all get you started. Okay. The ones I put there in that chat section will all get you started. Paul says, great audio today. Thank you so much. I got the microphone. I mean, literally, if you see at this angle, it's like touching my face almost. I mean, that's kind of what you have to do to get good sound. It's really difficult. I don't know why it's so difficult, but apparently it is. All right. So we talked about doing that. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you is you've got to research your topic. I just did a recipe on chicken and dumplings, and I spent probably an hour and a half looking at titles for my chicken and dumpling recipe. Okay. Now, I know that sounds crazy. Why can't you just put chicken and dumpling recipe? Well, because it's not necessarily the most searched thing. It's not the most popular thing. And then if you get into what is the most searched, there may be a whole lot of videos on that subject matter. And so you're going to be competing with a whole lot of people. So you've got to go out there and do the research. Now, that particular video, I want to show you guys what it ended up being called, because it had low results, but high search volume. Okay. So that particular one, and you're going to see this on my channel, was called, there it is, Flawless Chicken and Dumplings. And then there's a bar and it says beats Cracker Barrel hands down. That title really ranked very high. And it took me a while to put together that title and all those parts. Now, the subject matter of my other channel is recipes, but it's not just recipes, it's restaurant quality recipes. So it's got to be recipes that are really, really, really good. Now, when you go out there and do your research, if you're writing a blog, look at other people's blogs, see what they're doing on that subject. You know, what are they putting in there? What are they adding? What are they taking out? You know, can you do a better one? Can your blog be a little bit longer? Can it be more interesting? And the next thing, number 3, and I kind of just spoke about this because I spoke about it for my particular video, is write an interesting intro. Write an interesting intro. You know, what is your blog about? How are you going to get people's attention? Okay. So here's some interesting examples I'm going to give you. Okay. These are a few sentences that really worked well. The first one is how to build a successful business without really trying. Okay. So a lot of these titles, you'll see how to X without Y, you know, how to lose 10 pounds in a week, and still eat the food you love. Okay. So that's that formula of how to X without Y. Here's another good one. The 10 most important people you need to know about in Hollywood. Okay. So that could be the 10 most important people you need to know about in tech, the 10 most important people you need to know about in digital marketing. You see what I'm saying? The 10 most important things you need to do to become a great digital marketer. There can be a whole lot of ways of turning that around. Here's a great one. I saw this on the internet. 16 realistic ways to get your ex back. Now, that could go 2 different directions. Are you going to get them back or are you going to get them back? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's something to think about. What would happen if we stopped wearing brakes? What would happen if we stopped wearing brakes? That was actually a title I saw. Boys will be boys. That's another title I saw. So it's got to be kind of interesting. Okay. The next thing I'm going to tell you, and this is the thing that people mess up so bad because for some reason they don't want to connect, but you need to connect and write in the first person. Connect and write in the first person. First person is an easy way to make people feel connected to you. This method really works well because it helps people relate to you and feel as though you're talking directly to them. Now, you guys know I'm talking directly to you. You know it, okay? I talk to you several days a week. I upload videos. But when you're writing a blog, if you're writing it like third person, like you're telling people stuff instead of actually speaking to them, it puts like a wall up between you and them. Paul says makes a difference on mic placement. Looking forward to that chicken recipe coming out. Oh my God, Paul, this came out so good. I mean, so good. We made a whole bunch and I froze some of it. So, you know, you've got to really connect. Okay. You got to really talk to the people. Like I'll give you an example. I saw this one here. It said, this article is actually going to teach you how to write a blog post that's interesting and engaging. It doesn't matter if your blog post is about marketing, cooking, or your dog's excessive gas. You can find a way to write the topic in an interesting way that will make your article stand out from the rest. If you don't think this is possible, then I dare you to read on. See how that's kind of the dare is to get them to read the blog, which I think is pretty cool, right? That's getting them to do something. The next thing you could do, and I did this in the beginning, in case you missed it, add quotes. Add quotes. Quotes are so kind of cool. It brings validity to what you're doing. Quotes are a great way to break up your blog post and make it more interesting. This is because quotes are short, sweet, intriguing, and memorable, okay? And they're usually from people that you respect. People like quotes because it makes them feel good. And they also provide a moment for people to pause and kind of reflect on things, right? Quotes are also good for the writer because they're a great way to express complicated ideas in just one sentence. Somebody's already done it for you. All you got to do is write it down or put it out there and give them credit for it. Like I read some in the beginning. If a person you are talking to doesn't appear to be listening, be patient. It may simply be that he has a small piece of fluff in his ear. What? There's some silly ones. That's Garrison Keillor, by the way. Every society honors its live conformist and its dead troublemakers, which is a funny one. Here's another one I like a lot. A new scientific truth does not triumph by convincing its opponents and making them see the light, but rather because its opponents eventually die and a new generation grows up with that as a familiar fact. Interesting stuff. Okay, so the next thing I would tell you, number 6, is to use interesting storytelling. Storytelling, guys, almost every comedian I've ever seen on stage tells a story about something, don't they? Let me get another sip of water here. I already ran through my tea, so I'm on water now. 1 cup of tea in the morning, water throughout the rest of the day. That's what you get. Okay, so storytelling. Stories are really a great way to grab people's attention because they get them engaged in your blog post. They're also a great way to introduce the topic and give people a better idea about what you're going to write about. Here's an example, okay, of storytelling techniques. All right, check this out. I was at the mall the other day looking for a new pair of jeans, and I happened to stumble upon 7 jeans store and decided to go in. The first thing I saw was a couple of old ladies arguing about the price of jeans. These jeans are too expensive, one of the old ladies said, while pushing the jeans back to the saleswoman. These jeans are reasonably priced, the saleswoman said, trying her best not to lose her patience. The old lady noticed me and asked me for my opinion. Oh my gosh, now what do I do, right? I told them that the jeans were $50, which is a good price according to me. The old lady who was arguing with the saleswoman started to smile and walk back into the store. Sorry about that, she says. Thank you for entering. It's okay, I said, walking towards the door. Then I turned around and added, you know, you can always get the jeans for $45 if you ask the salesperson to price match her competitor. The old lady smiled and gave me a thumbs up. There are a lot of ways to introduce a topic when you're doing a story, guys, but people love stories. They will follow stories, and they almost won't stop reading, or they won't stop listening, because they got to get through the whole story. You got this thing about, I got to complete this. I got to know what happens, right? I mean, how many times, and I know this has happened to me, I don't do it. I think my wife does it more. How many times have you started a movie and the movie's not that great? It's just not that great. Okay. It's not something, if you knew what it was about and you saw some of this, you probably wouldn't watch it. But you're already 10 minutes in it or 15 minutes in it, and you go, well, you know what? I want to see what happens at least. How many times has that happened to you? Put a comment in the comment section. And guys, even if you're not live, put it in the comment section. I come back and answer those later. But it's really funny how you get vested in a story. Okay. Paul says, I keep a swipe file for title ideas. There are a few books that can help, like Words That Sell. I have that book, Paul. It's a really good book, by the way. And they offer fill in the blank title post. Yes, they do. That's a great book, Words That Sell. I can't remember the author. Paul, if you know the author, stick that in the chat section there. That book would be helpful to a lot of people. Now, the next one is Be Funny. Be funny, use humor. Be funny, use humor. It was funny. I was a professional speaker for many years in the automotive industry. I spent 9 years on the road, and I taught six-figure selling techniques in a car dealership. I ran one of the number one Chrysler dealerships, actually number one in the state of California, number 3 in the United States. And I took those skills and I went out and I put together a course and I traveled throughout the USA. And this was in the 90s. And I taught other people how to do what I was doing. I started that in 1993. And the interesting thing about that was that along the way, I figured out that kind of being funny on stage helped a lot. People would listen a little bit more. And I had a guy come up to me one day and he says, you were really funny up there and I would like to do something like that. He said, do you have to be funny if you want to be a speaker? And I said, only if you want to be paid. So if you want people to listen to you, you got to have a little humor every now and then. Humor is an easy way to entertain your readers. The key to using humor is to talk about everyday situations in an entertaining way. Okay, so I want to give you a few examples here real quick. Roses are red, violets are blue. I can't afford to buy roses for you. Okay. BuzzFeed just published an article about cats that'll make you think twice about everything. I can't tell if this post is going to be funny or boring. Maybe it'll be both. The post I'm talking about is not really aiming at being funny. They're trying to get across an idea, but they use humor. Okay. So you can write about a funny experience you had. You can use headings that have clever puns in them. You can make jokes based on everyday situation. You can use small words and sentences to make jokes. It's better and easier for people to understand, and it makes your blog more fun and interesting, guys. And if you're not funny, hey, there's a lot of videos on how to be funny. There's a lot of books on how to be funny. It's not something you're just born with. It's a learned talent. People who are professional comedians have certain ways they craft a joke. They have certain beginnings and ends. Halfway through their act, they may go back to one of the first jokes they told and use that in the next joke. There's all kinds of tricks they use, and these things can be learned. So if you're not good at one of these things, if you're not a funny person, you're not an engaging person, you can become one. The next thing I'll tell you, and we're up to number 8 if you're counting, is keep all your sentences short and sweet. Okay. Don't have these big run-on sentences. Don't try to impress people with all the big words. If your sentences are too long, it makes your article much harder to read. Actually, you want to write on a 5th grade level. Okay. That's what the average American reads on. And I hate to say it, but it's a 5th grade level. Make sure to keep your sentences short and sweet when you're doing a blog post. It's a whole lot easier for your readers if you write short, sweet sentences that are easy to understand. Also, try to avoid using the big words. They can be hard to understand, and it might make you, seem a little bit confusing or maybe stuck up. So using these big words is not going to impress anybody. It's not. You're probably going to turn away a lot of your audience. It doesn't make any sense to write something complicated when it can be easily written in a much simpler way. Some of the best writers I've ever seen, Edward Bunker, look up Edward Bunker. He has a series of books. He was a criminal. He was in prison for years. But somebody asked him one time, they said, how do you make your stuff so interesting? How is it that you make everything so interesting? He says, I look around and I describe exactly what I see. I look around and I describe exactly what I see in detail. So if you look around and describe exactly what you see in detail, people will get it. They'll understand a whole lot more. And that's what we want to do. You also want to use simple words and phrases. And I kind of hit on this on the last one, but using these big words may make your article sound intelligent, but it's not that great if you're trying to write an interesting blog post that everyone can understand. So what are some simple words and phrases that you can use? Here's a few. Great, awesome, phenomenal, outstanding. Okay, so here's a few examples. The new review by Apple is going to be a game changer for their whatever. Okay, I wanted to make a delicious chicken parmesan for dinner, but I couldn't, whatever. Okay, so those simple words interjected in there make that a whole lot more interesting. Paul says there's definitely an art to storytelling. You will see they follow the hero's journey online. Yes, you know about the hero's journey. And that is really the plot for most movies that we watch, guys. I'm watching, I hate to admit it because my wife wants to watch it, but I am watching it too. I'm watching Cobra Kai on Netflix. And there's definitely a hero's journey there. But the thing about a hero's journey is you've got to have a multifaceted hero. They can't just be all good. They got to be bad. They got to be good. They have to have a struggle. They got to talk about the struggle. And this is pretty much the plot for every single Hollywood movie if you look at it. It'll make your blog post a lot more interesting and easier to understand, which is what you want to do. So I hope you understand that all these steps I've given you today can actually make your blog post or videos more interesting. Okay. So, you know, I do videos more than I do blog posts. I'm not great at writing. As far as putting together the words, I've got that. I just don't like to physically type because I'm not good at it. I don't like to physically write with a pen because I don't have great handwriting. So my way of expressing myself is through video. Okay. So I use videos. Now, if you guys have ideas for videos that you want to see me do, please put them in the comment section. It doesn't matter if you're live. And I know a lot of you guys are like, oh gosh, I missed another live. Don't worry about it. Put all your comments in that chat section below the video. It's not really called a chat section. It's called a comment section because they're comments. And it should be comments and questions, okay? Because you can put questions in there too. You can tell me who you are. You can tell me, you know, what your struggle is. What are you working on? What can I personally help you with? I've had a lot of people ask me questions in there. And if I don't know the answer, I'm not going to give you a bad answer, but I may go do some research for you. I may go find the stuff that you need. So put that comment in there. Also, if you're not a subscriber, why not? Why not? Why not be a subscriber? Why not do it? Subscribe, hit that big button down there, the red one, turn it gray, and invite some friends. Share this video with other people. I'm so excited that this channel is really, I mean, just generating crazy amounts of money as far as per thousand. Now, am I getting rich every month off this? No, definitely not. I make a lot more money in all my other endeavors. However, I'm seeing a trend of a very high CPM and RPM. Once again, if you weren't here in the beginning, a CPM should be around $10 to $12. And that is what YouTube charges to put ads on your videos per thousand, 10 to 12 bucks. Your cut of that should be about $1 to $5. Okay. So your cut is called the RPM. RPM should be around $1 to $5. This morning, my CPM was over $55 and my RPM was over $33. That is insanity, but I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy. Now, if I had a whole lot more views, that would help too. So, you know, you got to invite people and get me more views. But the point is, they think that my audience is valuable. You guys are valuable. You guys have high value. And here's how you have high value. You either have a high net worth or you have spending habits that show them that you will spend money on ads. That's why people want to advertise on this channel. That's why I get some great ads on this channel, because you guys are valuable. This channel is not valuable. The information may be valuable, but it has no value without you. Okay. That's where the value comes in. So I want you to know you're very appreciated. I really like having you here. And like I said, you know, I told you a couple times in the beginning, if you're interested in recipes and you think the restaurants are charging too much, and my God, a restaurant is expensive nowadays. But if you think that's kind of expensive nowadays, check out my other channel. It's Restaurant Quality Recipes. And let me get to my other screen here because I've got my notes up and I can't see myself there. It makes it a little bit easier now. But do that, go there. Okay, Paul found the name of the person. Richard Bayan is the author of Words That Sell. Another great book is Words That Work. I don't know that one, Paul. It's not what you say, it's what people hear. Also, Ted Nichols' books. Paul is a well-read guy, okay? So check out those books in there. I have affiliate links. I'm not going to use them. Just check this out, guys. So that's what I got for you today. I will be back on Monday next week. Probably Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday also. That's what the schedule I'm trying to get back on is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. In between that, I have to do my videos for my channel. I have to do ones for J.R. Fisher Training, which is a channel you're on now. I have to do videos for my cooking channel, which is Restaurant Quality Recipes. So I'm not complaining. All right, stop it. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm trying to fit all this stuff in. I'm trying to give you guys the value that you deserve, and you do deserve it because you're bringing me a $55 CPM. You deserve real value. Okay. You must be valuable people. Now, the interesting thing about my channel is it's about half USA views and about half Indian views. It's crazy, right? Indian views. But that's what I get. So there's a lot of people in India, and I appreciate all you guys in India, man. I have people who work with us in India on our websites and all these different stuff. Some super cool people. My neighborhood is filling up with Indian people. We have some very nice homes here. They're quite expensive. Most of them are 7 figures plus. But a lot of the tech people that are really good in the world that work for Apple and Dell and all these companies are in my neighborhood right here. My next door neighbor that's moving in March works for Apple. He says, hey, anything from Apple that you want, I can get you 20% discount, which I don't know if I'd ever take him up on that, but that was very nice of him. So that's my audience. Okay. So they have value. And I know a lot of you think, well, India is just a poor country and there's nothing going on. India is a hugely populated country, and there's extreme wealth over there too. And there's extreme poverty. I'm not going to say there isn't, but you know what? In the US, there's some extreme poverty. Go to downtown San Francisco or LA now and look at Skid Row. I mean, there's some poor people. There's people barely making it. Okay. So don't categorize an entire country. That's my message. I think that's my message. Don't categorize an entire country based on some news media clip you saw, because the news media, oh my God, guys, the stuff they tell us. I mean, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, mask help, mask don't help. I mean, just whatever kind of crap, get a shot, you'll be fine. Get 2 shots, get 3 shots, get 4 shots. And I'm not against shots. I'm not against vaccines, but I think they're approaching 4 and 5 shots now. I think something's up. And they're free? No, they're not free. Somebody has to pay for that. Is it our taxes? I'm probably sure it is. And I don't want to get off on a tangent on that stuff, but I'm just saying, look deeper than the news. Okay, look deeper than the news. Do a little bit of research. Get to know people. Let's see. How is your exercise training going? Very well. I did get injured yesterday, and my hand is really swollen. I don't know if you can see this knuckle right here. And if I told you how I did it, you would say, I know Paul knows about my other accident where I was carrying the laundry basket through a doorway and I slammed both my hands in it. And that's true. That's really true. I did something that dumb. So I got to work on that today. I'll probably do some cardio today, but I like to do push-ups. I'm doing a series, just to get off on a tangent here, of push-ups. And I want to be able to do 200 push-ups. Now, I don't care if I do them all together. It doesn't matter to me. So what I'm doing now is I'll do 13 push-ups and I'll do, say, 13 sets of them. So what is that right now? I'm doing from 12 to 13. So I've got here 13 times 13. Yeah, that brings me at 169, which is what I'm at right now, 169. So I'm 31 away. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, 31 away from hitting my 200. And I know that doesn't sound far. You say, well, just do 1 or 2 more on each set. It ain't that easy. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. I do those. I do my curls. I do some cardio stuff. I do my leg lifts. I do sit-ups. It's all boring stuff. It's not fun. It's not supposed to be fun. Okay, it's the tough stuff. It's the difficult stuff. It's the boring stuff that really does you good. And I think Paul just put some comment on there about that. Let's see. I'm getting back At it again. Good, Paul. And you know what? If you quit for a little bit, it's okay to get back to it. A lot of people say, well, I screwed up and I quit doing it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. No, you can go back to it. It's okay if you miss a day or a week or a month or a year. It doesn't matter. Just get back to it. So he says here, have a blessed weekend ahead, gang. Keep crushing it, gang. Never, never, never give up. There's so much truth to that. Travel definitely opens your mind to what's out there. Yes, I've been very fortunate. The year before COVID, I was in 6 different countries. And I want to get back to that. I want to see stuff. I don't necessarily like the travel. I do like seeing new places, though. Deborah Asmar says, yay, Paul, keep going. And Paul, you may not see that because you're on YouTube. Let's see here. And I'll tell her, because I'm live on Facebook and YouTube, and that came through on Facebook. Hey, Deborah, thanks for your comment. As you can hear, I just mentioned your comment to Paul, period. Thanks for your encouragement. So I got this talk to text thing, which is very helpful. But I get comments coming in from Facebook and YouTube. Now, I use a software called StreamYard, which I highly recommend. There'll be a link in the description below. Get you some StreamYard if you want to do live casting, because I can cast on Facebook and YouTube at the exact same time. I can see all the comments from both sides over here, even though, Paul, you won't be able to see it. It says, you need to look up DDP Yoga, 10-second push-ups. Think you'll enjoy. Okay, I'll check that out. I'll be happy to do that. So guys, what a good session today. I'm looking outside. It's just foggy and it's 48 degrees. I think it's 48 right now. Is that what it is? Let me check. I know you guys are interested in my weather. Put your weather in the chat. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Okay, it's gotten up to 51 today. Woo, it's warm, but it's going to get to 66. It's okay. We've had some sub-freezing weather lately, so I welcome this. This is a lot better. We did get our security system set up yesterday, which is kind of funny. It's taken us 7 months to do that, but hey guys, can I give a plug here real quick to Simply Safe? Man, they are pretty amazing. I want to tell you a quick story, and then I'm going to get out of here. I had been paying for Simply Safe since I left my home in California. And for 7 months or 6 months, I've been paying for it and I hadn't hooked it up. It was an older system. It was like 5 years old. And it looked kind of dingy. And I was like, I'm just going to cancel this and see what else is out there. That was what I decided to do. Let's see here. Deborah says it was a snowstorm in New York yesterday. I want to ask her, hey, Deborah, what part of New York do you live in? I'll put that in there. But anyhow, so it's this old system. So I called up Simply Safe and I said, I just want to cancel. They said, why? And I said, well, I haven't used this thing in months and I want to do some research. And they're like, well, why don't you try us another month and we'll send you a free system. I said, what? They said, yeah, we'll send you a free system. Tell us how many contacts you have for doors and windows and all that. And we'll send you a new system. We'll send you smoke alarms, detectors, a sign and everything. I said, okay, so you're going to send me an entire system worth hundreds of dollars for free if I just go one more month. But what if I decide to cancel in 30 days? They said, don't worry about it. Not a problem. I said, so you mean to tell me you're going to send me this entire system absolutely free, no shipping, no anything. And all you're going to do is charge me 1 month. And if I don't like it, I could cancel. And they said, yes. Now, 1 month, I think is $24.99, something like that. I'm like, well, how can I pass that up? It'd be stupid. And I said, I also had a video doorbell and I wanted to know what that cost. And they said, well, that's 160 some odd dollars. But it's normally $250, but we're going to reduce it to 160. And I'm like, well, I'm going to hold off on that. And she says, well, I'll tell you what, why don't I give that to you for free? I said, so now you're going to give me the video doorbell, the entire system, all the contacts for the windows and doors, and you're going to send it to me free. The only thing I got to pay is $24.99 for 1 month. And if I want to continue, I can. She says, absolutely. So I got the system yesterday and I called them up and I had a couple of little glitches on the app and a couple of things didn't work. And the lady talked to me and she walked me through all of it. And I needed some more contacts because this house, God knows, has so many windows and doors. It's like in the 20s. It's crazy. And the funny thing is a lot of the windows don't open. They're just big, long windows. But the ones I have, there's a bunch of them. So anyhow, I talked to her on the phone for a little bit and she said, I'll give you a 40% discount on any contacts that you need. I said, well, I appreciate it. She goes, and you know what? You've been on the phone for a little bit, so why don't I give you 2 months free of service? And I'm like, are you serious? Are you guys really serious? You're going to do all this? And when I called up, they answered within 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And the lady stayed on the phone with me and walked me through everything, and it works beautifully. So there's my talk about Simply Safe. Guys, check out Simply Safe. I'm not an affiliate for them, but they're just great. Rain here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Oh, no. And Deborah says, I can't wait to share my new Walk to Wellness e-cookbook. God, I want to see it, man. I've seen some of your stuff online, Deborah, but I want to see more videos. Show me more videos. Get on there and talk about what you're doing. You have such a cool thing, because everybody thinks that they got to go work out 3 hours a day in a gym and lift heavy weights. And you're saying, hey, just get off your couch, walk, do some videos on this, Deborah. Please, please, please do some videos on this. People are going to love it. They really are. And your name is Deborah Asmar. I think that's right, Deborah Asmar. Yes. So check out Deborah's stuff, Walk to Wellness. I think she has a web page. I know you have a channel. I know you don't have a lot of videos up, but you got some stuff there to get them started. And Deborah, please keep preaching about it. Yes, they are coming soon. Good. And I want to see them. Make sure you send me links to them. I really do. And I'll send you some traffic over there. And maybe get real successful and put you on the channel here. We'll interview you. Right. And that would be kind of cool too, to have one of the people who listens to the channel actually on the channel. I'd love to do that. I can bring people in and actually talk to you on StreamYard, put you on one half of the screen, me on the other half of the screen. We can have a nice conversation. Let's see here. Hey, Deborah. Okay. I did that. Rain in Hot Springs. I did that. I want to make sure I got everything. You need to, okay. I think I got all the comments. I'm going back and forth between Facebook here and YouTube here. YouTube shows up here, Facebook and YouTube shows up here. Yay. That would be amazing. Thanks. I'll be happy to, man. Love meeting people. It's fun to help each other out, isn't it? I love that. And get something they can buy. Okay. Have a downloadable or a book or ebook or, video course or whatever it is where you walk them through, your journey. Man, you could do a cool video course. Love to help you out with that. All right, guys, I'm over by 7 minutes. I went 7 minutes over. Is that okay? You guys okay with that? Hey, even if you're not watching this live, make sure you use that comment section. I love the conversation. I love talking to you guys. Put your comments in there. Put your ideas in there. If you have ideas for videos and stuff you want to learn, it's your channel. You tell me what you want to hear videos on, and I'll be happy to do it. Thank you so much for listening today, guys. I'm going to go off and work on my recipes and work on a funnel for Survivalcave food, work on all kinds of stuff. Thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate your attendance. I appreciate your comments. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button down there. Turn it from red to gray. Don't forget, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or I upload a video. Thanks so much, guys. I will see you later.